All right, so let's take a look at 5 different vibrato techniques that we can apply to our guitar playing. All right, so what is vibrato? Well, my definition of vibrato is the movement of a pitch or a note. The movement up and down at varying rates, that is. So let's listen to a note that has no vibrato applied. So we have, it's basically like a straight line. There's no variation in that pitch, whether it goes up and down or how fast it goes up and down. All right, so now let's hear that note with vibrato added. So now we kind of hear that note has movement. It oscillates up and down at varying rates. Okay, so let's take a look at 5 different approaches that we can add vibrato. All right, the first one that I like using is basically where I play a note, doesn't matter where it is, I'm just going to slide that note between whatever fret I'm playing it on. So if I'm on the 5th fret of G, I'm just going to slide that finger between those 2 frets. And I can do it nice and slow to fast. You know, the rate that you do is going to change the rate of what you hear. The next way that I like to do is, just slightly bending the note up and down. So now the string's moving. It's not like a full bend where I'm bending up. It's just a very slight change. But I want to bend it up and down, try and do it at a constant rate as well. All right, the next way, the third way that we're on is the finger roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend my finger is glued to this one spot on the string. So it can't move, it can't slide now. But what I can do, it still does have a little bit of movement because I can roll my finger. So the finger roll is a good technique. All right, the next way that I have, the next technique is I like to call it like add an ointment to a boo-boo. Okay, so pretend like you have to get a little dab of ointment and you got to apply it right here in your hand. And you're sort of making this circular motion to rub it in completely. So we want to do the same kind of thing, but on our guitar. So I'm going to pretend that my 5th fret G has a little boo-boo that we have to, tend to. So I'm just going to pretend like there's some ointment on my finger, some conditioning oil, I guess, for the fretboard. I'm just going to lovingly rub it in and kind of in a circular motion. What's happening is I'm kind of applying the finger slide / roll and sort of that string bending up and down to this one. So this one kind of covers a lot of, combines a lot of the techniques. All right, last technique, and I am not very good at, is using the whammy bar to add vibrato. So so if you have a guitar with whammy bar capabilities, hopefully it's something you put more time into developing than I did, because it is a really cool thing that when done right, or actually sometimes wrong, it's really cool too. All right, so add some vibrato to your playing. It really adds dimension, emotion, and just variance to what you're playing. It makes things more interesting. It's where sort of like the heart and soul in music lies. Think about like some of the greats like B.B. King. His vibrato is undeniable. But then you have, it's also a thing that's totally like, a touch thing. You have to apply it to get better at it and develop it into your own playing. It's not something you just memorize like a chord shape and then you're good. This is something that you kind of need to use your ear to help develop over time. And listen to it in other players playing. Listen to it when you're hearing it, like where it's fast vibrato or slow vibrato. Like what are the sort of the characteristics on when it's good to use either one of those approaches? All right, so think more about vibrato. It's add a whole dimension to your playing, and I hope that you like this video. If you do, subscribe to my channel and like the video. And I'm also, offering guitar lessons, so contact me if you're interested.